That's That's what you come to Lake Guntersville for right there. No, early winter out here, got a little bit of a cold front come in, and man, that's the kind of fish we're looking for right there. Early winter time, and we're flipping grass. Not a lot of people do that this time of year, but you know, it's a great time of the year to catch really big fish that aren't getting as pressured as much up in the grass, and a fun way to catch them, man. It's probably one of my favorite ways to catch big bass this time of year. And you know, you just get a 1 ounce weight, and you know, any kind of beaver, you can switch it up depending on the watercolor or any kind of soft plastics you prefer, and it's just a great way to catch big fish. Yeah, you know, a lot of people, you know, when they think of flipping mats or punching a big weight, summertime, you know, when the grass gets up and it's hot, and it's pretty much the exact same deal, you know, and I think it just is better because there's not a lot of people out here doing it. It gets a lot less pressure this time of year. You can't go wrong with putting a flipping stick in your hand, especially this time of year, and finding the right kind of mats, the right bottom, where those fish are at, and you'll be successful. So what we're fishing here is some deeper grass that's been matted up, and you know, a lot of it's just kind of blown up stuff. It's not really topped out, and it's pretty deep. I mean, it's showing we're in 7 foot of water, so the deeper the better most of the time for flipping, and they can just get down there and hide. And we got some wind blowing in on it too, which, you know, obviously helps, pushes bait fish up against it. It just gives the bass a better opportunity to set up down under these mats. You know, as you can see, this is really not a very big mat. It's just one out here in some deeper water. It's isolated, and you know, I kind of just like to work my way around it and pick it apart, fish it slow, and really, because there's so many little ins and outs and angles down in there that fish could be sitting anywhere. I start, you know, by flipping the edges, you know, maybe a foot in or something like that, and then if it's not working, then I'll pitch deeper, and you'll kind of figure out, you know, most of those fish are all in the same line as far as how far up under that mat they are. And you know, sometimes they're right on the edge, sometimes they're in towards the middle, and you just kind of got to find that fine line of where those fish are positioned at. So, you know, I flip it in there, I'll let it go all the way to the bottom, and I give it 2 pops. Pick it up once, pick it up twice, and then I'm out. Usually, most of the time, those bites come on the initial drop when it first goes under that mat. It's just a reaction bite. But I pitch it in there, let it go to the bottom, and 2 pops, and I'm out. This grass here, usually, it's here throughout the entire winter time. You know, personally, when it gets real cold, I tend to duck hunt a lot, so all these grass mats are still here. And I'm sure, you know, you get on you find a warm day and throughout that winter time, and you can come in here and do the same thing and catch fish, you know, throughout the winter. It's really just depending on the bait fish and finding where those majority of bait fish is, whether it's brim or shad or whatever, you know, those fish are feeding on. Most of them tend to stay fairly close to the grass. You have fish here that live shallow year round, and you can always come in here and catch fish. My favorite all-around bait, for whether I'm flipping in the summertime, the wintertime, whether it's grass or hyacinth or wood, whatever it may be, I love just flipping a beaver style bait, you know, typically black and blue depending on the watercolor. Sometimes go to green pumpkin, but that's pretty just basic stuff there that I always flip. And today we're flipping a 1 ounce weight, and usually I go with whatever goes through the mat the best and falls the fastest. I tend to go with a 7/6 heavy action rod because it's got the tip where you can feel that bite, and it's got enough backbone to get those fish out of those heavy situations. And I like an 8-to-1 gear ratio reel because a lot of the times you flip in there and those fish just take off, and you have to be able to catch up to them as quick as possible. And 50-pound braid, I really like 50 because it goes in quiet and it's really smooth. Wintertime's no different than summertime. When I come into a place and I'm looking to flip a mat, the very first thing I look for is a canopy, because those fish have to have space to get up under there and ambush fish and eat under those mats. So what I mean by that, is you don't want a place that's got grass all out in front of your trolling motor and those fish don't have any space to go up under the mat. And sometimes you go to places and every mat you go to's got a big canopy under it. Well, when I get to places like that, I look for where's the most population of forage, the baitfish, the brim, stuff like that, and that's usually when you'll run into your fish. Just like that, another one in the boat on the old flipping stick. Look at that, hook just fell out. Out here, wintertime, it's chilly, it's getting dark, but I always like to end it on a good note, so I think we're about to head to the house to sit by the fireplace.